All right, guys, welcome back to FALhunter. We have a pretty good video for you. This video is all about Chris's dislikes to this Super Black Eagle 3 shotgun he's now had for 1 full year.
Yeah, so this video right here is actually something that I wish more channels would do, because when I'm buying anything for that matter, I don't want to know how good it is. For the most part, I've probably researched it already and I already know the benefits of it. I want to know what are the problems with owning certain products. And something like a shotgun, an investment, is one of those things. You know, this is a big thing. So this video right here is going to discuss the dislikes that I have with my, well, new-ish Super Black Eagle 3 Performance Waterfowl.
So this is going to be everything that no one's talking about. Here's all the dislikes and everything you need to know before you purchase this very expensive gun. So stay tuned.
All right, so right off the bat, and I know this is a big one that guys have talked about, guys have commented on our previous videos on, is that this gun right here does shoot high. It doesn't matter how you adjust the shims or anything like that, this gun will shoot high. It's designed to shoot high. Now, how high? That's the biggest question. Is it a 70-30%, 70-30 pattern? Is it a 60-40, or is it more of an 80-20 or 90-10? Personally, I believe that this gun right here shoots anywhere from an 80-20 to even a 90-10. I mean, when I tell you this gun shoots high, it shoots extremely high. So you might have your bird right here. Your bead had better be below that bird, or you're shooting over the top of it every single time.
So thank God Chris had a shot cam, otherwise that would have taken a long time to figure that out.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, I just finished my 24th season, and so I've got some experience shooting a shotgun and all that kind of stuff. I knew this gun was going to shoot high, I just didn't know to what extent, and playing back that shot cam footage was crucial and just vital. I mean, without that camera, like you've said in the past, not only does it make great videos, but from an overall learning perspective. So, I mean, whether you guys have a YouTube channel or not, the overall knowledge that you get from a camera like this is absolutely huge.
Even if you don't hunt, shooting skeet, just the stuff that will show you is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It's stuff you can't learn without it.
And you can't see it with the naked eye. This camera captures everything from the time that you pull the trigger. So, are you flinching? Are you dropping the gun? Are you raising the gun? Are you doing whatever like that? And, you have the ability to slow down the shot so much to where you can actually see the pellets leave the barrel. And yeah, so it's vital. So it didn't take long for me to play back some of this footage and say, wow, that gun is shooting a lot higher than where I'm holding. So instead of adjusting the gun to my type of shooting, I adjusted my type of shooting to the gun. Because, this gun's well made, made in Italy and all that kind of stuff. There was some craftsmanship done on this gun, but owning it, I needed to adjust my shooting, stance and, the way I hold and everything like that to a gun like this in order to be successful. So that's number one. Now, number two was I had a very difficult time loading the first shell into the magazine tube. And I don't know if that's a classic Benelli thing. I don't know if that thing's, just a Super Black Eagle 3 issue. I do have some scarring on the inside of the action here from loading shells. We've looked at your gun, the Super Black Eagle 2, and you don't have any of that scarring.
No.
I've got it on mine, and it's, a year old. So I don't know. That's something that I'm going to have to contact a gunsmith about, maybe contact Benelli. I don't know if this spring right here in the magazine tube is just so freaking stiff that It's going to take a whole lot of rounds to break in.
And when you spend the amount of money you spent on that gun, I mean, now is there a break-in period for everything? Yes, but I mean, it kind of sucks when you spend that much money.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, personally, I think
if it breaks in.
Yeah. I mean, if you're spending in upwards over $1,000 on a gun, you should have very, very minimal issues with that shotgun. And, you know, that's just my personal opinion, and I understand that everything needs maintenance, whether you own, you know, the most expensive gun in the world or the cheapest gun in the world. You know, everything requires some type of maintenance, just like changing the oil in a car and all that kind of stuff. But little things like that, I don't feel should be happening.
Which probably leads into another con. I mean, I didn't even buy the gun, but I will say that's a con for you. The price. I mean,
price.
Just the Benelli alone has to be a con for the price tag that Benelli's bringing.
Oh, absolutely.
Let alone your special edition Rob Roberts.
Absolutely. You know, I'm curious to see how much of what people like us and other people who have purchased a Benelli, how much of that money is just on the name.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I give Benelli credit. They've done a great job with advertising and marketing and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, they make some good products, but by making a good product and spending a lot of money on advertising and all that kind of stuff, you know, you're spending the money on the name, for one. And two, it seems like every year the price just keeps going up and up. You know, I mean, the base model for a Super Black Eagle 3 is what, $1,900?
Yeah, I think $1,899 or something along that line.
I spent $3,400 on this edition of the Super Black Eagle 3. I could have purchased 2 Super Black Eagle 3s for the same price that I spent on this one.
Could have fixed that broken down truck you have in front of your house for the last couple of years.
Yeah, seriously. Could have put a Dodge Cummins motor in that thing for the same price, you know? But I mean, just the overall price. I mean, this is not a cheap shotgun, and you know, I mean, it's hard.
Yeah, it makes the issues you have with it hurt a little bit more.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. You know, you're like, you just kind of cringe every time something comes up because, you know how much you spent on it. So yeah, I mean, the price, I mean, that should almost be number one over the gun shooting high. So another issue that I had early on in the season is I felt like the gun was cycling extremely slow. I never had an issue with the gun not engaging into battery because with the Super Black Eagle 3, they added an extra detent spring, which forces that bolt to go into battery each time. But I could hear it, and it started playing mind games with me. You know, midway through the season I could hear that gun cycle. I could hear the bolt come back, and I could hear it go forward. And it was slow. So that was one of those deals to where I understand that Benelli requires a break-in period, but by that time, I mean, I picked up the shotgun in July, so I hunted July, August, September, October, mid-November. So I had been shooting the gun on a very regular basis for the last 5 months, and it was still having those issues. And I mean, what did I tell you on Thanksgiving when I came over? I was like, I'm done. Yeah. I'm selling it.
I almost got a really cheap, nice, fancy Super Black Eagle 3 Rob Roberts edition.
Yeah. I mean, I came in here and I was...
He almost traded me. Don't let him fool you. He literally was this close and traded my old beat up 2 for that 3.
Yeah. I mean, no doubt. It was one of those things. I came over here, I was mad and everything, and I was saying, you know what? Here I bought a $3,400 boat anchor. Let's go take it out into the Delta and just throw it out in the water and call it good, you know?
We would have thrown it into my safe.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I was just not happy with it because when you start getting hang-ups with shotguns, for whatever reason, and maybe I'm the only one, but it starts playing mind games with you. You know, you're sitting there pulling trigger and you're thinking, is this gun gonna cycle? Is it gonna cycle in the time that I need it to?
Yeah.
You know, and that's not something that you want to worry about. You've already got enough to worry about out there. You know, you got ducks working, you know, when to call the shot, you know, are they working your decoys? Here in California, we got to worry about just ducks being here. So the chances you get to actually kill a bird are, you know, slim to none at times.
Yeah,
so
the one bird you get to come in for the year.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't want the gun to not fire. So.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, you haven't shot at a duck in a couple hours or so like that, you know, so you just hope it does its thing. So yeah, I mean, between cycling and the gun shooting high, it was one of those deals to where I had to seriously contemplate, you know, do I trade Tom straight across along with some, you know, maybe $1,000 cash or something like that, and go from there, or what? I wasn't happy with it. Now, the last thing that I've had an issue with, and it's not a make or break deal, but it is the synthetic stock. And it's the wear of this Gore-Tex Optifade camo pattern that they have on there. In the buttstock itself, I don't have any issues. Where I have issues is up here at the forearm. And if you guys can see that little black patch right in there, that was not there.
I mean, you actually going around this whole thing, you know, I was gonna say, you could see little dings and beat ups around the whole thing, which actually, I mean, I wish I had my gun out here to show you guys, but I've had my gun for, I mean, I'm underestimating saying 5 years. It's probably longer than that. Mine does not have this many chips in the paint.
Really?
I mean, so that being only 1 season old, I mean, yeah, that's an issue for people definitely to consider, that their paint jobs obviously aren't holding. Whatever they're doing nowadays isn't as good as they used to be, especially since I have the 2 and mine's, I mean, mine has fade marks, but that's a blank, those are blank chips. That's not fading. Yeah. That's actual chips.
Well, it's not, and it's not a chip in the synthetic. It's just
it's the paint. The paint's flaked off.
The paint's just flaking. Now, granted, this is a duck gun. Little things like this is something that I don't care about, because you know, a duck gun, in my opinion, is something that is made to be beat up. You know, we are not easy on these guns at all. But then that little thing in the back of your head says, Chris, you spent $3,400 on this gun. And with, you know, just kind of some common sense says, this gun better freaking hold up. You know, it's like, it shouldn't have any issues at all.
Well, especially with how rough, I mean, I'm on my gun, which is a Benelli, and you've seen mine. Yes. It's not, and then especially with how rough you've been on your guns. Yeah. And then you're seeing there being issues already. You're like, wait a minute, I've done this in my other gun, and it lasted longer than this.
And in all reality, I feel like I took care of this gun this year.
Yeah, I mean, I'd contest that. You did. Yeah. That I saw you clean this gun more than I've seen you clean any gun in the past.
Well, not only did I clean it, I mean, for the first time in my duck hunting career, I picked up a gun case, a floating gun case. Yeah. You know, in years past, I'm the type to where I take my shotgun and throw it in the boat, or I throw it in the sled on the decoy cart, or whatever. Like, it's a duck gun. It's made to get beat up. There it is. I'm not throwing it in a case. Well, after I bought this thing, I was like, you know what? I need to buy a case. And I was pretty good about every time, you know, putting it in the case, putting it in the boat, even after the hunt, putting it back in the case and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like I took the necessary steps to take care of this gun. And we're still seeing some blemishes on it. The overall Cerakote has held up extremely well, which is nice, because that's why I bought the gun in the first place. But this isn't, you know, this isn't a video about the overall pros of this gun. If you guys want to watch that one, we'll link it in the description. You guys can watch that one, the pros and cons and the overall feelings that I have about this gun.
Is there anything else that they should at least keep their eye on? Anything that you've still been waiting to happen that you might have read about, or anything that may be alerting you to this gun?
No, not necessarily. I'm not gonna lie, there's part of me that is waiting for this gun to have the Benelli click. That is one thing that is in the back of my mind saying, you know, yes, they added the extra detent spring and this and that, but Benelli has been famous for that click for years. And can this gun withstand the abuse and all that kind of stuff to the point to where this click is just absolutely gone? If it does, I mean, great. You know, that was one of the selling points on why I bought the thing. But that's one of those deals to where I'm thinking that over time it's just bound to happen. And another thing is, you know, with the whole Cerakote finish, yeah, it lasted 1 year, but how many years am I going to get out of that before I have to send it back in?
Yeah.
That's a big one right there. You know, is it going to start getting scratched up? I mean, there are some wear marks on the back end here. But is it going to wear off? Is it going to start rusting? Is it going to start scratching? Because if it does, then that $3,400 price tag hurts even more.
Yeah.
If it holds up, then it's a little easier because, you know, I bought it like this for the overall durability. So we'll see, I guess. Time will tell.
Yep, so that's everything you guys need to know about the stuff that Chris might be running across, any problems he's had. That's stuff for you guys to keep your eyes on. But all in all, I think Chris says he still likes the gun. Those are just the issues he's come up with. And like we said, I mean, no matter what, you can give me a $1 million Ferrari out there, and I mean, you give me some time, I'm going to find some problems with it, especially if I'm eating that money. I'm going to be sitting there thinking it's supposed to fly, but yet I'm on four tires, so it's not flying. We got issues here. So,
Yeah.
So anyways, I mean, you still like it?
Yeah. I still like it. I mean, for the guns that I had to choose from when buying a new shotgun, yeah, I'd buy the 3, hands down. Would I buy this particular model? No. I don't feel that $3,400 for a gun like this is worth the price tag. I would honestly just buy the base model for, you know, $1,800-$1,900 and call it good.
And keep an eye on the issues that Chris just told you guys about.
Now, if you guys own the Super Black Eagle 3 and you guys have had issues that I didn't talk about, please drop them down in the comments below, because I'm very curious to see if not only if you guys are having the same problems that I have, but are you guys having different problems? If you do, I want to know about them. I'm very curious to see, because like I said, I'm new to owning this gun. It's I've had it for a year, and time will tell.
Yep, cool. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe if you haven't already done so. It's going to help us out so we keep bringing you guys some videos, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.